Hey everybody, just wanted to take this opportunity to wish you a happy new year. Hope everybody had a great new year. I'm just sitting here while it's absolutely dumping snow outside. So I figured I'd make a video for you and hope to get you off on the right foot for 2018. So what I wanted to talk about today was keeping a musical journal. Journaling is something that I'm a big fan of. If you look through most successful people's writings and interviews and things like that, they claim journaling as one of the most important things that they do because it's simply, putting your thoughts down on paper. And sometimes just a simple act of putting your thoughts down on paper can really make a big difference on actually helping them come to fruition, right? So, one of the things that I do is I keep a musical journal. And this is kind of a catch-all for everything that has to do with music, my practicing, just thoughts about music. So if you were to look through this journal, I just started it probably around, I don't know, September of 2017, and it's about a third of the way full. So one thing that I do that I think is super important is I keep track of my practicing by week, right? So I'll just write down tempo markings, certain keys that I'm working on stuff in, what I'm having trouble with, what I'm having success with. So I have a very, very detailed record of what I'm actually practicing in my structured practice time from week to week. Tunes that I'm learning, all the stuff that kind of goes along with my time spent on the instrument. But another thing that I also use it for is just writing down my thoughts about music and sometimes even life. Um, I find having it all in one place is a really, really awesome thing because I can go back and check out what I was thinking about a week ago or even a year ago or 10 years ago for that matter. It's all there and it all gets filed away. And I have gone back to previous journals and figured out something that I was working on that I want to start working on again. Something that I had just kind of forgotten about in my practice time that was actually very valuable that I should get back to. So it's paid off in many different ways, and I think it's just one of the best things. Another thing is if you have an idea, it's a great place to record that idea in its most raw form. I mean, how many of you out there have ever had a great idea and you forget about it an hour later? It gets lost in your day, you start thinking about something else, and then all of a sudden that idea is gone. In my mind, that's a real shame because catching an idea right after you have it is a great way to build on that idea and eventually come up with something that could be amazing, right? So I'll use that too if I have an idea for a composition. I mean, obviously it doesn't replace like a voice memo or something on your cell phone where you can actually record yourself. But, the combination of having the phone with the voice memo and having this notebook is a really great thing in my mind. Because I record so many ideas in my voice memo that sometimes I don't even go back and listen to them if I know that it wasn't the best idea I've ever had. But this is a great place where I write down good ideas, bad ideas, and everything in between. And then it's in a, physical recorded form that I can then go back to and check out at a later date. So I highly suggest this. What I do is I wait until back to school time and I'll go to like one of the big box stores and these things are like 50 cents. So I'll go and buy like 20 of them and then I just have them laying around so I'm never without one. I've also been reading this really, really great book by Robert Greene called Mastery. And he talks about all these masters from all these different fields and some of the things that they do. And one thing that I'm going to try to do this year that I haven't done previously is always have a mini notebook in my back pocket. Because he talks about one of the examples he uses in the book is about how Einstein used to keep a tiny little book with him wherever he went because sometimes he would wake up in the middle of the night with a great idea. And that kind of goes along with the unconscious mind at work. So sometimes we do get great ideas upon waking up or just before we fall asleep or even in the middle of the night you'll wake up with a great idea that your subconscious mind has come up with. So I'm looking to do more of this journaling because I really do think it's one of the best things that I've done over the past year to keep track of my progress and inspire myself and have a written and auditory record of the things that I do day to day, and it just helps me clarify some of my thoughts, putting them down on paper. So to give you an example, if you were to look in my notebook, I have very practical practice stuff like my modal grids where I practice my modes, and then I have my week-to-week practicing. I keep track of how long I practice, and then on other pages I'll have notes like this one is from a clinic I watched with Ralph Bowen, the saxophone player. So I wrote down all of the great things that I got out of that clinic. And here's more pages of just general ideas that I use when I'm practicing. And then you'll see on certain pages, I have just like, a page just full of stuff that I was thinking about. On that particular page, I was very, very frustrated with the way that I was working on material in my practice time. And I kind of had a jolt of, this isn't what you should be doing, do something else. So before I lost that thread of ideas on what could be something that could set my whole year off on a completely new and better path, I wrote it down before that kind of disappeared into the ether. So this is, you might have a better brain than mine, and you might not have to write down all this stuff, but I know the way that my mind works, I lose the ideas that I have very, very quickly because my mind will go somewhere else. So just a quick tip, I hope you guys had an awesome new year, and I look forward to putting out more videos, music and music related this year. Thank you so much for subscribing. If this is the first video that you've ever checked out, please hit the subscribe button so that you get notified of new videos that I put out. And I hope everybody's having a fantastic time. If you're stuck in this blizzard, stay warm and stay off the roads. All right, we'll talk to you soon. Leave me some comments. Do you keep a journal like this? Do you do any journaling of yourself? Is this the stupidest idea you've ever heard of? Let me know what you think. All right, talk to you soon, guys. Have a great day.